Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I'm holding up some great superfood products from a company called TruVibe, and I want to thank Jason and Jen for getting the products over to me so I could review them, and I'm going to talk about them, their benefits, and also show you how to make some things with them and other things you can make. I'm not going to show everything. So I'm holding up three of the products, but I actually have three others to show you. So I'm going to first tell you what they are and then talk about them. So this is their maca powder, which comes in an 8-ounce package, and I love their packaging. They have beautiful words on them. This one says, "Live your dreams, maca powder miracle." And on the back it says, "A packet of pure miracles. Nothing tastes as good as feeling good feels." And their other little saying underneath their name, TruVibe, which is spelled T-R-U-V-I-B-E. I will have a link below this video to their website as well, and they write "Experience Life." So it's really beautiful, beautiful packaging. And just before I continue with the others, everything is USDA organic, it is raw, it is vegan, let's see what else. It is gluten-free as far as I know. No GMOs, no gluten. It's also kosher. They also give out 1% for the planet. So they do everything right. So that's the first product. The next one is their cacao powder, and on here it says "Do It Now" on the package. And this is their 16-ounce, and the rest of the products, besides the maca, only come in 8 and 16-ounce. And this is also non-GMO verified, if I didn't mention that before. And then that's their cacao powder, courage, they say. The next one is their chia seed, and they write creativity next to that, and they say art is life. Also very beautiful, and I didn't show you the back of the others, so they have really a lot of good information on here, and I'll talk about some of the things here that they mention, and others you could read for yourself on their site. And the other three products I have are their cacao nibs, and they write here "Cacao Nib Confidence, go for it." And then the next one is their hemp seed, and they call that hemp seed happiness, feel magical. And finally I have their goji berries. So they say here, goji berry gratitude, spread kindness. So there's that one. So let's see first what I can tell you about these products. So they say your inspiration, calls to action, and positive energy affirmations. So on the packages, those are positive affirmations, you could say. And so what they have here as their mission is to build awareness that positive energy leads to eating healthier and living happier. True empowerment comes from nourishing your body, mind, and spirit, which I do 100% agree with. And their brand stands for mind, body, health, and wellness, integration, sustainability, ethics, and celebrating the human spirit. So these are some of their products, but in the future they hope to have others as well. So I'm glad that I can share these products with you and show you how to make some things with them. So I'm going to talk to you first about the products, and then one of the things I already made in advance was what I call my chia pudding. It's cacao, maca, orange chia pudding. And I'll show you how to make like a chia gel to make it, but I already prepared it in advance because it takes some time to get really thick. So their maca powder can be used in smoothies, desserts, sauces, soups, anything you could really imagine. They're high in, they have amino acids, fatty acids, minerals, energy, and vitality, and it's a powerful adaptogen. Promotes balance. And let's see what else we can tell you about maca. It's Peruvian usually, but here say it's also Incan. It's indigenous to Peru and grown in 12,000 feet, and it's a root member actually of the broccoli and radish family. Like, who knew? I never knew that. Its origins date back to early 4000 BC. And its domestication comes to fruition around 2,000 years ago. Back then it was revered by Andean warriors for endurance and fertility, and it's also processed at low temperatures so that it preserves its nutrients, which is important. So let's see what else I can tell you here. So for example, 2 teaspoons of it has 4% iron and 4% calcium. It's got 8% dietary fiber. This was quite a bit. And it does not need to be refrigerated, but you should store it in a cool place. And this facility also does package tree nuts, but other than that, there's nothing else that they do. So I already have one open, but just to show you, it's a really nice resealable. So I have 2 8-ounce packages here. So it comes in a really nice resealable, so this you've opened. But I opened it already to make my chia pudding. So I'm first going to talk about the products that I did use to make the chia pudding and then start showing you how to do it. So this is their cacao powder. It's got minerals like magnesium, iron, potassium, and calcium, antioxidants called polyphenols. And you can add it to smoothies, drinks, sauces, spreads, desserts, you know, just about anything too, you know, you could use to make it. Use it to make anything you can imagine. You know, you can make your own chocolates too, chocolate treats. So this is from Olmec, Mayan, and Aztec superfood. Its scientific name is called Theobroma, which literally means food of the gods. Central and South American cultures have used it for thousands of years. They used to add it to water as a sacred beverage and drink it in golden cups. That's how precious. It was actually more precious than money. The cacao beans themselves were used as currency, like here is what it says it. Both the Mayans and the Aztecs. It's recognized as one of the best dietary sources of magnesium and antioxidant flavonols and polyphenols. And what they tell you on here is theirs is unsweetened, cold-pressed, and milled at low temperatures to preserve natural nutrients. So, of course, if you want to make yourself some kind of a drink with that, like a superfood drink or something, and you want it to be sweet, you could add some kind of a sweetener. So, you know, in 2.5 tablespoons, there is quite a bit, 20% magnesium, 6% potassium, 16% dietary fiber, 2% calcium, and 8% iron. So that's pretty good. So, so it says this is a product of Peru, Indonesia, and Ecuador. And the maca said it was a product of Peru. And the final one for the chia pudding would be the chia seeds, which is a source of protein and fiber, abundant in manganese, excellent source of omega-3s. Again, can be used in smoothies, salads, desserts, and I made a pudding with it. And this is a product of either Mexico, Argentina, Bolivia, and Paraguay. And so, you know, in 1 tablespoon, there's 9% magnesium, 8% phosphorus, 30% manganese, 8% calcium, and 4% iron. So chia is a Mayan word for strength and played a major role in the Aztec, Mayan, and Incan cultures. It is known as a staple food and survival ration of the Aztec warriors. And they were considered to be a magical because of its ability to increase stamina and energy over long periods of time. And it's also a good source of protein, vitamins, minerals, and soluble fiber. And I also found some other information in a magazine about them, chia seeds, that I wanted to share with you. That was very interesting. So gram per gram, it says that chia has 8 times more omega-3s than salmon, 6 times more calcium than milk, 3 times more iron than spinach, 15 times more magnesium than broccoli, 2 times more fiber than bran flakes, 6 times more protein than kidney beans, and chia seeds is a complete protein, and 4 times more phosphorus than whole milk. Additionally, ounce per ounce, it provides more antioxidants than blueberries and more potassium than bananas. So wow, I mean, this article has more information. I'm not going to read everything, all the vitamins and minerals and etc. It's got a lot of amazing benefits. So if you haven't used chia seeds yet, you should start using them. So what I did was I made this pudding, and I will show you what it looks like in the camera. If you can see that there, that's the pudding. And I made the recipe 4 times the amount of what the recipe is. That's just a simple recipe. So that's just for you to show you what it looks like, and then I'll taste it later. So the recipe goes like this. It's 2 teaspoons chia, a 1/4 teaspoon cacao, a 1/4 cup of liquid. If you don't have something like coconut water, coconut milk, something sweeter, then just use water. And then they say 3/4 teaspoon sweetener, or if you want more. I used coconut sugar, and this is from a company called Navita's Naturals. It's also organic, vegan and everything, kosher. And I'll have a link below to their website. And I reviewed their products on my channel too. And then I also added a little bit of vanilla bean powder. And I have that here just in a package. You can't really see what it is, but it's from a company called Living Tree Community. You can also get the vanilla bean and scrape it out, which is more work, or get vanilla extract. And I have some samples here from a company called Flave Organics. and I'll also link their site below so you could do that. So what I did was I just increased the recipe about 4 times, but I did it a little differently than what it says here. So I did 2 teaspoons of cacao, 2 teaspoons of maca, and then 2 teaspoons of coconut sugar. So it's probably going to be a lot sweeter. Then what I did was I grated the zest from an orange. So I used the fine grater. I have the fine grater here. So I'm not going to grate that now, but I have the orange here as proof that I grated it all. So you want to use an orange that has firm skin. You don't want it cut, you want it whole. So I grated that into the ingredients once I was making the pudding as it was getting thick. So that's what I did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you, just going to make a simple recipe, or actually just the simple chia gel for you to see how it processes. So I'm just going to do the 2 teaspoons chia and 1/4 cup liquid, and I'm not going to add the other powders to it right now. But that you could also add at the end too. It doesn't have to be right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, we need 2 teaspoons of chia. So I'm going to use my the chia seeds over here. So, and you want to put it into some kind of a container where you could cover it up. Like this is a bowl. It's like a, forget how many cups this is. It's, where does it say the amount of cups? 2 cups. So this is a nice container. This was, you know, 4 times the recipe. So I'm just going to use 2 teaspoons here. And if you've never seen what chia seeds looks like, I'll show that to you once I put it in this container. So you can see they're kind of 2-tone colors. Sometimes you can get them more dark and then white. So here's what they look like. If you could see that from the bottom, you can see those are the chia seeds. So now what I'm going to do, it calls for a 1/4 cup of liquid, so I'm going to measure that in here. This is a cup that actually has measures on it. So I'm going to just take a 1/4 cup of water in here. And this actually gels it pretty quick. When I made it last night, because I refrigerated, that's the other thing you want to do. Let's see, 1/4 cup is just on the 2 line here. So what you want to do is you want to stir. But this particular variety of chia actually gelled up really fast, but it gets even thicker once you refrigerate it. So what I'm doing is I'm just pouring the water into the chia seeds, and then I'm just going to let it sit, and occasionally I'm going to stir it, and you'll see how it plumps up. It really absorbs the water. So I'm just going to kind of mix it like this, and kind of just let it sit here, and then as time goes on, and I continue with the other products, I will show you what happens to it. And then, you know, like I say, you're going to stir it occasionally. So now the other 3 products that I have are the cacao nibs, and these again could be used in smoothies, cookies, ice creams, trail mix. Even if you make, you know, like for a smoothie, if you want it crunchy, this I also have sprinkled on my fruit salad, which I really like. If you make truffles, you can actually roll the cacao nibs into the truffles and make them, you know, a little more crunchy. So these are an excellent source of dietary fiber, antioxidants, particularly polyphenols, and also a good source of magnesium. And so let's see, to tell you about this one, this is a product of Peru. We already mentioned about cacao from the powder, so I won't mention that again. So in 1 ounce, there's 4% iron, 16% magnesium, 5% potassium, 24% dietary fiber, 4% total carbohydrates. That's pretty good. Again, this doesn't require refrigeration either, just so you know. Just store it in a cool, dry place. And then the next product is their hemp seeds, which is a great vegan source of protein. It has omega-3/6 balance and all the essential amino acids. Also can be used in smoothies, soups, snacks, salads, trail mix, just about anything you could think of. It's good. You can make your own hemp milk with it. So in 3 teaspoons, this is really phenomenal. So certain things, they're so concentrated in their nutrients. And then I'll mention about the product. I didn't talk about that, but I just want to get on this first. So in 3 teaspoons, there's 50% magnesium. Teaspoons, not tablespoons. 10% potassium. 10 grams of protein. That is a lot of protein for just 3 teaspoons. Phosphorus, 50%, and iron, 20%. So if you're low on iron, this is a great option for you. So now hemp seeds are a Himalayan superfood. This is particularly a product of Canada, because unfortunately in the U.S. they don't let us grow hemp right now. You know, that's whatever it is. So hemp's history dates back thousands of years. It was first cultivated around 4000 BC in the Himalayas. It's called one of the most nutritious seeds on the planet because it contains all the essential amino acids and essential fatty acids. It's an incredible vegan source of biologically available and digestible protein. Also the iron too. So what it is bioavailable. The body can take it and use it right away in its form. It doesn't have to be broken down. The hemp seeds also possess a near-perfect balance ratio of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. They're also a source of magnesium, iron, calcium, manganese, zinc, phosphorus, and copper. So some of those I mentioned below from the nutritional facts. And then the final product here I have is their goji berries. Oh, and I didn't mention with the hemp seeds, these should be refrigerated after opening. And then the final product is their goji berries. If you've never had goji berries, I'm going to open these packages up to show you too. So they contain more than 20 trace minerals, 18 amino acids, vitamin A and C, and one of the best fruit sources of protein. Who would think? People don't realize that fruit has protein in it too. Maybe not as much as something like beans or like the hemp seeds. But it has 3 grams of protein in 1 ounce. That's not a lot. Also 9% potassium, 8% dietary fiber, 6% iron, 10% vitamin C, and 15% vitamin A. These are a product of China. They don't need to be refrigerated. So what about goji berries? They're also known as wolfberry, and it's been cultivated for thousands of years in the Himalayan region. It was used in ancient medicine and is still used today as an herbal remedy in traditional Tibetan medicine and Chinese medicine. It has, its nutritional density contains several vitamins, 18 amino acids, over 30 essential minerals and trace minerals, and plant-derived polyphenolic antioxidants. So it's an antioxidant-rich food. So what I'm going to do today is something very simple, but let's check on the chia. Wow, it's already getting thick. So I want to show this to you in the camera. It's already on the bottom, how thick it is. You can see it's like gelling. Like the bottom is actually stuck. I'm going to take a spoon here and mix it just for you to see. So it's already, the top of it is already getting thick. I usually let it sit for about 30 minutes. Whoops, I'm not in the camera. Sorry about that. But if you could see, some of it is actually clumping together. You can see that from the bottom. So it's pretty fast, and I don't know how long this has been sitting in here. I can't tell you, but that's pretty fast. So what I'm going to just do something simple with these other 3. Put them together into a trail mix. Simple as that. And then I have these lovely bags. They're called BioBag, and I wanted to show you. This is also something I'll link below, and I've reviewed their products too. They have these resealable bags that are not made of plastic. They're made of a bio film that is certified compostable and non-GMO. So it's called BioBag. So they're resealable. They have a sandwich size and also a quart size. So they're really nice. And really great company, what they're doing. So they come in these really nice bags. So what I'm going to do is you make a trail mix, and these will break down eventually. I do use them quite frequently, and I wash them out and reuse them. But they will eventually start tearing because they are certified compostable, and they really do compost. So I'm going to use the small bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up just so you can see. I haven't opened up one of these packages, so it has this little tab that you open, just like that, and that you could just dispose of. And I'll show you what the cacao looks like. The cacao nibs, I should say. These are what they look like. You can see that in the camera. That's the cacao nibs, like little chocolate chips. So, and then the hemp, I'm going to open up the hemp here. And I'll show you some hemp seeds. If you've never seen what hemp seeds looks like, I can show that to you as well in the camera. Actually, I'll put that on a spoon so it doesn't spill. So there's the hemp seeds, if you can see that in the camera. And the other one is the goji berries, if you've never seen what goji berries. Now, goji berries, if they're, sometimes for people eat dried fruit, it's kind of sweet. So maybe you want to soak it and you can make something out of it. And I'll talk about other ideas for recipes. So here's what the goji berry looks like. It's got a beautiful red color. Excuse me. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my spoon here. Actually, I'm going to use this spoon has a better scoop. And I'm going to just scoop, like here, I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of each, just to start with. Put it in my bio bag, a resealable bag. So I'm taking 1 tablespoon of the cacao nibs, 1 tablespoon of the hemp seeds, and then 1 tablespoon of the goji berries. And then in this bag, I could just shake it up. Now, this is a great snack. You put this together, give it to your kids after a workout. You need some energy, afternoon slump. Anytime you can think of, it's a great snack. It's nutrition. It's not unhealthy food. So all I did was just kind of mix it up together in this bag. See, it's all in here. You can see that. And then you could just have some. I just got a couple of goji berries there. I'm going to have it all together now. And that is yummy. Now, since the cacao is not sweetened, the goji berry gives it some sweetness. So it's a nice balance. So very simple. Just put those three together and you have your snack. So now some other ideas of what you could make that I wrote down here. Cacao truffles. You can make truffle balls with the cacao powder, the maca. You might want to use some sweetener like the coconut sugar. And then you could also roll it in the hemp seeds. And you can soak the goji berries and make like a sauce out of them and put them on the truffles to blend that up. And you would use the soaking water from the gojis. Now, if you're going to make a sauce, you don't want to put in too much of the water because you want it to stay thick. So you can make like a sweet sauce, a sweet dipping sauce for your fruit, even though it is a fruit. And then you can make a superfood smoothie. And again, you could use the cacao powder, you could use the maca powder, you could add hemp seeds in it, add chia seeds, make it thicker. Or you could basically use everything here to make the smoothie and then add the cacao nibs to make it crunchy. You could also make a spread, a dip, a soup. So it could be a sweet soup, it doesn't have to be savory. There's no reason why you can't do that. So there's so many options. So you could have, you know, like a cacao, kind of like a spread. You know, they put on your, like a dipping, like a spread or, people use like a dip for the vegetables. You could use a dip for your fruit. If you want to add something a little more interesting, be a little more creative. The sky's the limit, basically, on what you can do. So let's check on the chia now. It is definitely getting much, much thicker. I can see that here. Let's take our spoon. And, of course, it's not quite there yet, but it is much thicker. I could take out some pieces here for you to see. I could turn it towards the camera. I could just go like this, and you could see that. You see how it's clumping? So it's going to take some time, and it's not going to be done in this video, but what I will do is I'm going to take some out from the prepared one, and it does smell really good, and the orange gives it a little different type of a flavor. The zest, it gives it a really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this out. Now, you'll see how thick this is as I show you with the spoon. See how it comes out like that? And I'm going to try some of this because I haven't tried it yet. Wow, that orange really gives it a tang. And I put quite a bit. I used almost the whole rind of the orange. And for me, I would make that even sweeter than I added. It's not super sweet because the chia will absorb everything that you put in it. It gives it that flavor. So, for me personally, I would add a little more sweetener. Now, if you don't want to use coconut sugar, there's many other options. There's date syrup, and I review that on my channel. There's a stevia powder. Some people call it stevia. It's actually stevia. You could use coconut nectar from a company called Coconut Secret. I also review their products. So there's many options how you want to sweeten something. Maca is also sweet on its own, so you could add more maca if you don't want to use an actual sweetener. So that's the products for today. And maybe in the future, if they have other products, I can review. So hopefully you got some ideas of how to use superfoods and why they're so good and beneficial for us to use. And again, they're food. They're not junk. It's things you actually eat and will benefit from. So I want to go through the products again before I end the video. So I have the maca powder in the 8-ounce package. Live your dream. Your dreams, I should say. Their affirmation. And then I have the cacao powder. Do it now. That's for courage. And the maca was miracle. And then I have the chia seed. Art is life. Creativity. And then next I have the cacao nib confidence. Go for it. And then the hemp seed happiness, feel magical. And finally, the goji berry gratitude, spread kindness. And yes, we all need to do that more. So I hope you like this video, and definitely check out these products. They're really great and good for you and have lots of benefits that you want to explore. So I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.